responsibility. It's their, you know, like it's their cross to bear to make sure that they don't, you know, piss everybody else off. Love is love. Love is going to come in all kinds of different forms, all kinds of different directions. However, dating is not love. And dating, for a lot of people, is practice for being in love, or, you know, that kind of rehearsal of developing relationship skills. So when you find the right person, maybe you've had a little bit of, you know, you've had a little bit of practice. But again, it's an international marketplace. Everybody has access to everybody now. You know, that didn't happen before. Before it was just, I don't know, Lucretia May, who lived across the street from you, went to school together, went to church together, her parents were your parents, and it was a small town. You courted, there was patience, all of that. People don't have that kind of patience anymore, you know, because they have other options. But I think people should fairly be allowed, and you gave the connection to Obama. I mean,
that's why I did it.
I know that was the correlation, and I think wonderful people come from wonderful people. You know, he's a beautiful man. He's gotten himself together. He's done the work that he needed to do individually, regardless of the two people that he came from. And if those two people were really into each other and really had love between them, that's really all that should matter. So we can still give birth to some wonderful, beautiful human beings who are walking in God's light and living God's purpose, regardless of where they come from ethnically or culturally. However, I do believe that has to have some balance with having a certain amount of responsibility to who you look like and where you come from.
That's what I want to do.
So it's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
You know? I don't want to be so much of a coward that if I really am in love with a woman who doesn't look like my mother, that I'm not man enough to acknowledge her. As a real man, that doesn't make any sense. However, based on the disparity between how many positive brothers are really doing the work that they're supposed to be doing and how many brothers are not doing what they're supposed to be doing and are not stepping their game up, now it's a supply and demand issue. So you got all these women trying to work to get the attention of this small percentage of men. And that's why I think our sisters are pissed off. Because those of us who do have our act together, they feel like they deserve us. And nobody else should have us but them. And I do believe that our black women deserve that.
Let me ask you a question that I'm sure every woman in here wants to know. And we can go around, I want each one of you guys to address this question, all right? Now, Bishop, you're married, so you can talk about in the past tense. What are you looking for in a woman? If you, Idris, tonight, at the party, or Lamar, or Terrell, or Knight, when you at the party, oh, sorry, brother, you married, at the party tonight, if a woman came up to you, right, he cut it short. If a woman came up to you, what should you be looking for tonight? Ladies, are y'all gonna come out tonight to see them? If one of them come up to you, what would you be looking for?
I mean, yeah, I am married, but most men look for their 4 in 1. Men look for women like this bottle of water. Yeah, it's got to have a cap, a container, a label, and content. Unfortunately, most women have allowed themselves to walk around without a cap.
Yes.
Allowing men to refresh themselves.
Yes.
Without a label.
I'm coming to church Sunday. I will be there. I will be there Sunday.
If you liked it, you should have put a ring on it.
I think for me, and just to piggyback on Rich, you know, a lot of women come with insecurities, you know what I mean? They come with baggage that, you know, tends to lean on a relationship before you even have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? A woman needs to have herself secure, strength, secure within herself. You know what I mean? Not to look to me to secure her. That's one of the things that I think leans on a relationship in the wrong way too early. A woman that's educated and smart, that wants to grow, wants to learn more, wants to, you know, further her education. That's something that is important within the relationship, because if you grow, I grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we have a son, my son grows. If our children, you know. So if you're prepared to keep growing, I'm prepared to keep growing. You know, I love a thick woman. I'm gonna just say that. I had to take it there. Excuse me, ladies. And that's not to say, you know, there are some women that are not thick, that are still beautiful. I love you all. We're all beautiful. Since you asked me, we're keeping it real on the stage. Keep it hot. I'll pass it on to my good man.
Everybody gets ran to the refreshment stand.
First of all, for me, my wife is here. I don't know where she's sitting.
Oh yeah, she's still right on.
So my thing is what's very important for the industry that I'm in. I'm a music producer, and my thing is that men look for, that sometimes women make the mistake of don't marry a man for who he is, marry a man for the champion he can become.
Right.
So that's, you know, to my wife, we've been through everything. Like, she used to work and I used to sell beats for $50. Now she doesn't work and I sell beats as teacher salary. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, we've been through a lot. And I think for the most part, whether that man works at Cookout, whether that man works at the bank, just look at the man for who he is. If he has a dream, don't kill his dream.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Bishop laid it down. I mean, everything that I think we'll almost likely say is just to kind of elaborate or, you know, on the.
They're gonna go to him next.
And to go back to that, again, that's really where I'm coming from. I think we all immediately, to the eye, see the packaging of the product, but there's a lot of women that's all they focus on, and that's all they're bringing to the table. Once you get my attention in that regard, you're gonna have to keep it.
Yes.
And the only way you're gonna be able to maintain my attention is by having some content, having some character, having
integrity.
You know, you need to have some goals and dreams and a work ethic. I can't stand a lazy woman.
Whoa! Yes!
Preach, preacher, preach!
But again, there are lazy men too, but a lot of lazy women, because of the packaging, have not had to do
work in a pot
I'm not just talking about physical labor. I'm not talking about taking out the trash. I'm talking about real work. Have never had to openly communicate because the man has always been running up behind them, sniffing them. You know, they've never had to do anything that was a challenge for them because it was always done for them. You know, sometimes even the ones where father was present because maybe daddy did all the work. So they're looking for now a man to now continue to do all the work for them. So again, a woman with a work ethic. I'm not, you know, I mean, again, I'm a contemporary brother, so yes, I have old school traditional values and, you know, that kind of value system, and I respect that. I open up a car door, hold the door, hold the elevator, put the chair, all that. I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? However, a woman that only wants these double standards when it's convenient for her, you know, but at the same time calls herself a contemporary Renaissance woman, now you're confusing me a little bit. Now let's work on the balance, no problem. But my point is, I don't want the traditional values of a woman supposed to walk behind me. If you're going to come strong, you're going to come correct, you need to be flying beside me. So you're ready for the ride. You know, and I think that's a lot of what Idris is talking about, you know, really having somebody who's really ready to ride. Somebody that regardless of how much you have, how much you own, how much you acquire, is still willing to do the work and to do the work with you. And if she's really into you, I believe she'll be there and be able to maintain the commitment, again, that we're talking about. So, I mean, those are just a couple of the things. There's all kind of things, you know? But I mean, we can talk, we don't have enough time. We can do an expo just on this.
And I want this brother to talk. He said nothing. Right. Terrell ain't said nothing.
That's right. You'll find out what Terrell wants to song.
Exactly.
I want to beg you.
Actually, no. I think it's about a woman who's secure.